Mr. Mark Bare Naked Willie, what is happening today, my friend?
Happy Labor Day weekend, Dave. I'll move my microphone over. Happy Labor Day weekend, Dave Cooper Live, and all of our friends.
Well, man, it is good to see you. The sun must be bright there. You got your sunglasses on.
You know, it's a long weekend, right? So the sun hopefully is bright on all the folks that have experienced that rain, right? Try that out and get that going.
Man, isn't that something? Isn't that something else? How that rain's been tearing up the whole Northeast, all the way from the Gulf of Mexico.
I've watched on Instagram. Our friend Shannon Pendleton has been off Instagram for a while, and yesterday she flooded Instagram with with all the water movement, and I mean better coverage than any media outlet out there. It's extensive, and so stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, definitely stay safe. So with water management and everything that we're talking about, that's a great opportunity to talk about what we're going to talk about today. Some net zero development communities are coming into play in the Carolinas. How cool is that?
I think it's one of those things, Dave, that when people see an example, right, they could follow, they could replicate it. So yeah, our special guest, right, always a special guest to have in, is leading the way, right? Creating right-sized communities. And yourself, Dave, looks like, well, the Coopers are on the road. Where is Dave Cooper at today? Can you tell us, or is this top secret?
Ooh, it is top secret. Not really. We are actually at a manufacturing facility in Virginia. Van Meter, you can see the sign behind me. And you know what's so cool about this place, Mark?
Tell me.
They're looking to take it to the next level. They're looking to bring in automation. They're looking at different ways to bring the youth back into our industry and the business, build smarter, build healthier, more sustainable. So it's a really cool place to be. And if you're not familiar with Van Meter, you should check them out for sure. They're doing some great stuff.
So Van Meter, I'm sure there's links that people could follow. I'm sure they could contact you for more information. And who knows, they might even drop by, right?
They might even drop by. You never know. Why not? Hey, come. They got some beautiful product. They're building beautiful homes. So it's definitely a wonderful place to be in the work environment here. Just like other manufacturing facilities in the offsite world, has a culture that's amazing, and the people were amazing. So far, 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. That's a good thing, folks. 2 thumbs up. When Dave gives you 2 thumbs up, watch out, because the soapbox is right behind it. We're going to get a story to share.
That's funny. I got everybody behind me going. I love it. I love it. Hey, and it's a holiday weekend, everybody. So listen, so we don't forget, we hope everybody has a wonderful holiday weekend this week as well. So, hopefully it's a long weekend. You have some fun, you do some barbecuing, and enjoy the family.
The Coopers are on the road. So if you're barbecuing, take a picture, text Dave your address, and they might come along and eat your bratwurst and have some of your homemade brownies.
You never know. We will eat your bratwurst for sure. All right, Mark. So let's talk a little bit about what we have going on today. And then we're going to get into, we are live where? But first, what are we going to talk about today, Mark?
So the curtain's revealed. It is a net zero development, 11 homes plus an ADU. The right-sized buildings, 2-bedroom, 800 square feet, 1,400 square feet, and we're gonna get into the past and the experiences of our guest presenter, and why he's working on this and the road that he's traveled to get there. And we hope that the rest of our friends and the folks that we're meeting will be traveling those same roads. And if you're looking for a house, well, the Carolinas might just be your next mailbox.
It might be the next mailbox. All right. So without further ado, Mark, I think why don't we bring on our next guest? And the introduction is Mr. Rob
Howard.
All right. Love it. What is happening, Mr. Rob Howard? How are you today, my friend?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Yeah, we're doing good. So what's so much fun about this today is, Rob, you're actually on location at your community, and you're in the beginning process of pulling this together. I've caught a little bit of it, the net zero and where you're headed, but I know we're going to jump into this, but I got to ask him, Mark. I got to ask him. And guess what, Mark? You know what the best part about today is? I'm going to put it up on the screen.
Well, grilling peaches for dessert. Thanks, Ma. Love that. So Dave, we know that Rob is live on site, but we're also live on a couple platforms.
We are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and
we're live on Twitch. And you know why?
Why?
Because the next generation is all over Twitch. They're taking care of our digital twinning needs. And we've learned about Twitch from our good friend. Who's that, Dave?
Oh, Greg Ugaldi, the immediate past chair of the National Association of Home Builders. Top dog, always comes to us live from Twitch because the young people aren't coming to us, so we need to go to them. And that's exactly what we're doing. In each and every show, we're getting more and more people from Twitch. So it's been an awesome, awesome journey.
Thumbs up to Grilled Peaches and to everyone that posts that like and shares this with their friends. Dave, you got a magic question to ask Rob?
Oh, I do. And I am so glad that Diane Willey is with us today. All right, Rob, we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Do not leave out any of the good stuff from the hospital because Mark's mother will be calling you and we'll have her on the show and she'll tell us everything that she learned. But you only got 2 minutes to do it. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Wow. All right. So I won't take you back quite that far, but born and raised in North Carolina, come from an agriculture background, but got into residential new construction through Habitat for Humanity. Started volunteering with that organization in Charlotte back in the late 90s and actually started working for them full-time in 2001 in Hickory, North Carolina. The Habitat affiliate there is called Catawba Valley Habitat for Humanity. And it's been about 15 years with Habitat, 10 years with my local affiliate here as construction manager, and then 5 years with Habitat International as a sustainable building specialist for the Southeast. So that's really where I learned how to build. Always had a focus on affordable housing, obviously, but also trying to make sure those are energy efficient, sustainable, healthy. I feel like I've been at the right place at the right time a lot in my life. And certainly when I started at Habitat in 2001, but no exception, we happened to be building with the System Vision program from Advanced Energy in Raleigh. So that's really the only way I ever knew how to build. I don't know that I've ever built a house just to code. I've always been trying to stretch and do it better.
Well, and what was that system you said from Habitat?
System Vision is an affordable housing program that's run by Advanced Energy in Raleigh. Any affordable housing provider in the state can participate, but it's a lot of Habitat for Humanity affiliates. So they're offering some grant money through North Carolina Housing Finance Agency for affordable housing providers who meet their energy efficiency standards.
Sure. So let's get into what you're doing here. And this is what I really want out of anything. This is what I really want to know. And that is, why a net zero pocket community? Where did the passion come from to try and pull this together and do it better? And I think it's going to tell a lot about how this conversation is going to go. But why? I mean, it takes work, it takes knowledge, and nobody's really doing it, on a grand scale. So why did you choose to do it?
Yeah, great question. So I guess two-part answer here. One is when I was working for Habitat for Humanity Hickory, we built the first net zero energy home in North Carolina in 2005. That was a partnership with the State Energy Office and the Appalachian Energy Center up in Boone. So I've had a heart for a passion for striving for net zero since that time. But the pocket neighborhood really came into play while I was working for Mitsubishi Electric. Got to know the folks at the Microlife Institute in Atlanta. They host an innovative housing summit every year. And back in, I guess, 2018, keynote speaker was an architect from Seattle named Ross Chapin, who wrote a book on pocket neighborhoods. And I haven't stopped thinking about it since. So it was really just a matter of finding the right location for where I could build one of these. And I just happened to find one right in my hometown of Granite Falls, North Carolina, right across the street from Granite Falls Brewing Company, which is exactly where I'm coming to you live from right now.
Well, isn't that convenient? You know, I read something on your website, and we're going to share your website, but it says our goal is to provide a greater diversity of housing choice with small homes that anyone can afford, including recent college graduates and students, loan debt, and retirees on a fixed income. And you put a brewery across the street. There seems to be a win-win here.
I like to think so, and you know, it's not quite time to start drinking yet, but this is a good place to do it if you happen to be in Granite Falls, North Carolina.
Yeah, for sure.
I see beautiful blue skies above you, and that's an inspiring start to the show. When you remind us of your experience in 2005 with the Habitat Group, and then the trade shows that you've gone through and the associations you've been a part of to pull this off. You know, it's an endeavor, right? As Dave said, the passion is coming from you to pull it off, and you're making it attainable by choosing the right size. Oh, look at that! Look at that! So it's hard
I'm
for
not
me
the
to close my
cameraman that
mouth,
Dave
but
is.
that's
Hold
real
on.
right there.
Yeah. I love it. Coming soon, Duke Street Cottages. So how many, tell me again, I know we talked offline. Let's tell our guests, how many homes are you building?
Yep, 11 small cottages plus an ADU. We've got two house plans. One is 800 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And then there's a 1,400 square foot that's 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
Yep. And single story, it looks like, in two-story models?
Yep, the 2-bedroom is one level, really targeting folks who want to age in place. So I've had a lot of interest from retirees in the community specifically for that plan. And then the
Right.
2-story, 3-bedroom is more of a starter home for young families.
Sure. And talk to us about the design process on why you chose the layouts of the homes that you have. I mean, there has to be some efficiencies to build a home at an affordable price. Can you walk us through some of the thought process, mechanicals, electrical? Did you centralize any of those things? Tell us a little bit about what you did there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody from Mitsubishi's on, but with the time that I spent there, you can guess how I'm planning to heat and cool these homes. But yeah, these are definitely compact, efficient floor plans. They were actually designed by an architecture firm in Raleigh called Tight Lines Designs. It's a firm that we've worked with for years when I was with Habitat for Humanity. So they also have a heart for affordable housing. So it was just a natural fit. But they actually helped me design not only the floor plans, but also the site plan for the pocket neighborhood.
Wow. How important is that, Mark, when you're doing net zero to bring the site plan into it along with the housing plan?
Well, it's a necessary first step, but it's an inclusive step. So it looks to me that not only from the science perspective, you're laying these out to, you know, best achieve and block sun as needed, because I've seen the bird's eye view of this plan set, but also, you know, it's all of our brains in the audience and the people we run with, they go towards the science side. But what appeals to me here is these layouts take that next step, Dave, and after they take on the science, now they're looking at the streetscape and going with the tones and the designs that the community is used to seeing. So it's not like it pops up and it says, oh, you know, I don't know what those folks are trying to do over there, right? You want inclusive acceptance, and then the building science is an attribute rather than something that is steering someone away. So, really accessible means of doing it.
Yeah.
I am fumbling over my words because I'm excited over this one. The fact that you have 3 designs to pull off there, and then the bonus, the ever popular ADU, right? Someone's going to be wanting to take advantage of that spot. And gosh, if I was the brewery owner, I would be happy to have more residents across the street so that flourish. Right? It's what community is about: breaking bread together.
And to your point, the brewery owner happens to live right next to the brewery, so I'll show you his home here behind me. It's kind of an older Victorian design, so we definitely tried to make the house plans fit that look and blend in with. This is a traditional mill community. There's a lot of mill houses in the neighborhood, so that's really the look we were going for. But they've definitely been a huge supporter of this project.
It's a nice open roadway, Rob. I can picture the Dave Cooper Live RV pulling up, running through the houses, and then taking a break and wetting the whistle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, this is a good plan.
Hey, Dave, before we jump to the website to give people a further layout, can we stop for a second? Because it looks like we've got a couple friends in the audience.
Oh, boy.
We got a couple friends for sure. Yeah, let's take a look. Why don't you kick it off with the first one, Mark? Let me pull it up here. Guess who's here?
Well, there we go. Talk about building science. Stephen Basic, hey. Happy Friday to you and your family. Happy Labor Day, Stephen.
Yeah, happy Labor Day to you, Stephen. Thanks for taking time out of your day and joining us. We really appreciate your support and everything you're doing out there. Hey, we also have a guest that we just had on the show, David Goldstein. Says, hi, all, looking forward, and he got the PH right, to some net zero discussion. The industry needs to move in this direction. Did you catch that show with David Goldstein, Mark?
It's on my Dave Cooper watch list on Saturday. So I had that meeting. I couldn't jump out, but I follow him, and it's nice that he says that comment there. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
thanks for the PH too, David.
Yeah, thank you for the PH. Well, I got to say, because I like what David's doing. He has that. He is solving net zero retrofits by an external shell that can be placed on buildings of any size to heat and cool them. And the only interior work that needs to be done is the window removed and replaced. How amazing is that? Especially if you're 40 stories up. So, David, great work, man. I know you got a lot of good stuff come out of our show. So I hope you keep us informed on how that's going. All right, Mark. Next one's all you.
Sean St. Amour, who happens to be coming back for part 2 next week. Good morning, friends with a PH. Keep bulk water out of our buildings. Let's get into it. Hello, Rob.
Yeah, love it. Andrew Seeley's with us as well. Howdy from West Texas. Happy Labor Day, folks. Good to see you. And of course, Steve has to get on the train with giving Andrew a hard time, which we all love to do. Here's one for you, all the way from Honduras.
Gilbert, of course. Gilbert, welcome. Gilbert Meyer, net zero, a new buzzword. Well, we hope it's a big buzzword, just like you do, Gilbert. Many people talk about it and don't really understand it. We should have a couple of shows and do some education. Amen. That's why we're here.
For sure.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Yeah, good to see you, Gilbert. Thank you so much. And look who's in the audience right there. You know, I got to do it. I got to do it. It's spinning the wrong way, but I got to do it. What did you want to say, Ben?
Hey, everybody.
Ben's in the house. Yes. We happen to be in the same location today. So a little bit of fun, but Ben Hershey, as I'm crooked now on my camera, got to reset everything up. He is saying to us, well, why don't you read it, Mark, while I adjust my camera back?
Well, Ben, we're live, and Ben Hershey says, hello, Dave and Mark. Dave, thanks for coming out to see our friends at, I think I say it wrong, Dave, but it is Van Metry, right?
Van Meter.
Van Meter.
Right? Yeah,
So
I'm getting the nods.
Van
Yeah,
Meter,
yeah,
Van Meter, Van Meter, Van Meter.
If you want a company that's thinking forward and looking ahead, this is the company to take a look at. So if you don't know Van Meter, you know, anybody that always welcomes me into their home because I have a camera. I can talk about and do whatever I want out there, right? And it's amazing. You know, you get inside and you learn about people's culture and what they're doing, Mark. And we love talking about people wanting to do it better. And that's why you're on the show, Rob.
Yep.
So, all right, moving on. Shannon Pendleton. What's happening, Shannon? Good to see you. You
Stay
happen
dry,
to know
Shannon.
this.
George has not missed a show in, I don't know, I think we're at 68 or 69 episodes now, Rob. So, George, really, really good friend of Dave and myself. So good morning to you as well from the road and from the Carolinas. Nice to have you on, George, always.
Yeah, always good to have you. Well, here we go. This is no stranger to the danger. Joe Butler in the house. Hello, Team Cooper and friends. Good to see you, Joe, all the way from Canada across the border. Joe, and yep, gotta appreciate Joe.
I was going to say Joe took 1 second off because he's been feverishly texting Ben to respond to that email.
Yeah. Oh, Joe. So you clearly know Joe. Right. Pretty soon his phone will start ringing. Yep. I love it. Good seeing you, Joe, man. I hope to have you in the States here soon with us. All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then we'll do 3 more. Alistair Sawyer. Nice, tidy project. Homeowners will be pleased. Now, Alistair is from around the world, all the way over in Vietnam.
Yep.
And but he's building globally. And we got to catch up. I know, Alistair, at one point you had a project in Miami all the way from around the world. I'd love to know more about that. Oh, no.
Bienvenidos a Miami.
I'll let you deal with this next one. It's a big one. I'll let you deal with them.
Oh,
I can't deal.
The one and only Mr. Thumbs Up himself, Mr. Twitch, Mr. NAHB, Mr. IBS, Greg Ugaldi, liking the site plan considerations. Great product, Rob. Greg, we can't wait to get you down to the Carolinas with the Coopers and break bread with Rob, and we'll make sure there's a pint of water waiting for you.
Yeah, buddy. Man, it's going to be fun. And hey, if you're going to be at IBS this year, look us up. Mark, we got full access press passes this year. That's everywhere and anywhere we want to go. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year having us live down at IBS. And I'm sure you're going to be there. And Mark, you're also going to be at BCMC, right? So we'll be able to do our show together there as well. All right, one last comment, and then we're going to get back to it because Rob has some important things to tell us.
Joe Butler says, I see why I can't get a call back from Ben now. Joe, Joe, Ben's phone is on vibrate, and so is Dave's. Otherwise, we interrupt the show even longer. Thanks for being here, Joe. Enjoy your Labor Day. It's one of those holidays that both Canada and the States recognize together, unlike Boxing Day. So enjoy yourselves. Be safe.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, Rob, let's get back to you. The focus is on you for the next 30 minutes. And that focus is going to talk about the net zero community you're doing. And I want to learn about some of the ups and downs that you're having. Because I think it's really important for people to understand that, you know, when you take on a venture, pocket community or big development, whatever the case is, or just a single family net zero home, there's a lot of upfront planning that has to take place, and we need the help of everybody else that we collaborate with on the projects. Walk us through the process. You got the plans in place now. You work with the designer or architect that understood zero energy homes. Now, what happens after that so people can understand what takes place?
Yeah. Now the easy part. You just have to convince the jurisdiction that you happen to be developing in that this is a good idea for their community and get it approved. So there's certainly no existing zoning in our community that allows for what I'm doing here. So I submitted this as a plan unit development with the town of Granite Falls. and it was quite a process to get it approved. But after going through planning board and a public hearing with the Board of Adjustment, I'm happy to say we are fully approved and ready to start construction.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So what technique are you using for construction as far as the build? I know you were looking at modular, but you were also looking at other options, panelization, standard site construction, what have you. Have you landed on that yet, or are you still looking for somebody to help you along the way there?
Yeah, so I mean, modular is definitely my first choice. I've already talked to a couple of modular plants. So far, to be perfectly honest, they've either been too far, too busy, or too expensive. So
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that, for that right partner. I mean, I would love for it to be somebody in North Carolina or relatively close, just to cut down on some of the transportation costs and obviously the embodied energy, that's involved in shipping, transporting these products. So, but yeah,
Right.
I've definitely looked at other options as well. Panelization, SIPs. I've got a buddy who owns a SIPs company here in North Carolina. So, anytime you try to do it better, you better be ready, because it's probably going to cost more. And I'm trying to strike a balance here between performance, sustainability, and affordability, or attainability, as I like to say it. So it's not easy.
Yeah.
I've tried to warn my wife that we're probably not going to make a whole lot of money on this first development, honey. This is a proof of concept. So just be prepared for that.
Well,
It's also really nice to hear, Rob, that you're going through the process of trying to have this from your greater community, right? You mentioned the embodied energy and trying to have it hopefully Carolina based, and I think in some ways that is making it a little bit harder, because there's not a lot of modular and prefab. While it's been around for a long time, and some companies do it different than others, they're not in every back door. And so fortunately, you're bringing forward out of the gate the need for 11 of these, and I know you have plans for them later, for more. So it's not just a proof of concept. It's a community investment, and you're talking
yeah.
the talk and walking the walk. You plan on living in one of these as well, and that is, to me, that's inviting, right? If someone is willing to create a development and live in the development, that means you stand for what you believe in. And that's not to say your next 4 developments you're going to live in those. You don't need 4 homes, but uh, you've replicated it. So, uh, Dave, should we jump into these designs so people can see their next
Yeah.
house and how it's going to look?
Yeah, let me go here and pull it up, and we'll jump in. And on top of what you're talking about there, Mark, as I'm pulling up putting the site on screen, is, Rob, depending on the way you go, modular, panelized, SIPs, regular framing, it's gonna change your air barrier details and how you do things on site versus what's happening at the manufacturing process. So that's something else you always have to be thinking about, right?
Yeah, it's a great point. Different modular manufacturers, do different levels of those details in the factory. Some of those,
Right.
Depending on which one I choose, I may, be responsible for on site. But, all the Habitat for Humanity homes I ever built in Hickory all had extra rigid foam insulation on the outside. Habitat was fortunate enough to get that stuff for free. I guess it's okay to give kudos to Dow for those donations over decades worth of donations. So I'm very.
Did we lose him, Mark?
I think he's pausing and reflecting on how wonderful it is that those people had rigid foam in their house to keep their energy costs down and their comfort there.
Right, right.
We'll see if he could tap into that link and come back. Do you want to queue up the designs?
Yeah.
And we'll get
Let's take
Rob
a
back
let's
in a minute.
yeah. Let me pull up
Satellites
here.
flicker for a minute, folks. We are live. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and
And Twitch. You can't
love
forget
that.
Twitch. We are live on Twitch. All right, so I don't see him moving. I'm just going to kick him, and he'll come back in when he's ready to come back in. All right, Mark. So
Absolutely.
here we are. We're on the site. We're on the projects page here, coming up, and
There it is.
pull
So
that up.
the aesthetic is great, right? So you got an established community with a empty section there. So they call it the pocket development because it's only a few small homes, right-sized homes, one would say. And you have the 800 square feet and the 1,400 square foot. These are 2-bedroom units. And Dave, if you look at the third one over, that
Yeah,
is really close to the design of the local brewery owner across the street. So
yeah,
the architect and the designer on Rob's development team, they took into effect that the people strolling down the street and used to this want acceptance, and they pulled it together. So these are going for net zero, and it says there the DOE, Zero Energy Ready Homes, wonderful program by the DOE, and absolutely perfect. Is there the next page shows the layouts, Dave? Oh, there we
hey, look
go.
who I have back.
Yeah, Rob, you do a lot better job of explaining this. So I don't know if you were able to hear me while the signal popped out, but Rob, we're back on the page, and uh, Dave is just getting to the layouts and the whole development layout. So go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
Got a
Yeah,
little
we're
overheated
good.
out there in the sun.
Nope, that's fine.
So
So
yeah, I mean, you
Go
want
ahead.
to just kind of walk them through the plans?
Yeah,
We
please.
just got to this page now, Rob. So if you want to
Yeah.
talk about each of the models, you have the floor.
Yeah, so you may even be able to blow one up there if you click on it, but that the 2-bedroom there on the left is the 800 square foot 2-bedroom 1 bath. There you go. So it's a shotgun style floor plan, living, dining, kitchen down one side, and then 2 bedrooms and bath with a little stacked laundry area on the other side. So pretty efficient floor plan. It's got, really the idea with these pocket neighborhoods is you want to emphasize the front porch, the outdoor living space that faces the shared green space in the middle of the neighborhood. So they will have large covered front porches and give folks an opportunity to hang out outdoors and see their neighbors. We really want to try to create that sense of community and get to know your neighbors.
So
That's it.
with the layout, Rob, can you speak to what you're envisioning that the envelope is going to be built up, like what we can expect to see, and perhaps the R value that you're going for?
Yeah, normally when we've built a plan like this with Habitat, we've done 2x6 exterior walls, 24 inches on center, something like a Huber zip exterior sheathing, and then putting the exterior foam, the rigid foam on top of that. Most recently, we actually added a 1x4 furring strip. And then anchored our siding, our cladding. We were using LP Smart Side to those basically now structural furring strips.
Yeah, it's a great system. So you're with the 6-inch with the 2x6 the cavity is what type of insulation, Rob? Is that a cellulose based or a bat based?
We had traditionally done a blown fiberglass. A lot of times you call it a bib system.
Yep.
But we've also used just fiberglass bats. Never done any cellulose in the cavity like that before. But I guess I've also looked at rock wool or some kind of product like that.
And then the rigid insulation on the outside, is that a 1-inch R5? Perfect.
Exactly.
So you're achieving the R5 continuous on the outside, which is more and more abundant in the code form, and then an R20 plus for the cavity. So with that 800 square foot and 1400 square foot, it's less on and off of that mechanical system, so that comfort is really there on the cooling days, right? Terrific.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're certainly trying to drive down the overall HVAC load, the overall electrical load as well, to try to make it easier to achieve net zero, with as few solar panels as possible.
Yeah.
So
And with
I
a
want
house,
to nominate Dave Cooper, Rob, to come out and be the air boss on the project to keep the ACH in check. That's
that's right.
that's a punch list item at rough before insulation, right? For all the folks out there going for the DOE and the net zero. So when you need an air boss on your job, Dave Cooper's behind the wheel, and he'll be showing up with his roller, right?
My secret roller. That's right. I'll have my tape, my roller, and my caulking. I am ready to go. Ready to go. All right, let's keep moving on here. Let's go back to plan number 2. So we got a 2-story with a gable roof here. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so this is the 1,400 square foot plan. It's about 700 square feet on each floor, so similar footprint to the 2-bedroom house. This one has all living down, all bedrooms up. Fairly open plan, living, dining, kitchen there on the first floor. Again, the large front porch that's covered to basically serve like an outdoor living room area. And then as you go upstairs, you've got the 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and then a little laundry area up there as well.
It's a
Those are good
19
sized
by
bedrooms.
7 porch, right? A nice kitchen with lots of countertop. There's even a porch on the back, and you have the dining room and living room. You've got the first floor guest bath, and then a full two full bath on the upper floor for the master, and the 2 extra ones with good closets. Nice centralized walkway in the middle, and an added washer dryer. Hey, and a walk-in closet, Dave. Right?
Yeah, I'm looking at that walk-in closet, and that's a covered back porch as well. That looks like the second floor cantilevers over that back porch, so you have some covered space back there as well. And it looks like, is that the mechanical room off the back porch there?
Exactly. Yeah. So the idea is to put a heat pump water heater in that little mechanical closet on the back porch. We've actually built this plan before in Hickory, and some folks have screened in that little back porch because, as you say, it has a roof over it because of the cantilever from
Right.
above.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really nice design. I like this one a lot. And we
Yeah.
have one more to show that kind of mimics the bar owners or the brewery owner's home, right?
Yeah, it has that same look and feel that of the white home you showed us that was behind you.
Look at that.
Mhm.
There you
So
go. Yep.
besides
For some
building
reason,
science, Rob, this is a beautiful
Mark's
home, right?
voice is dragging for my audio. I don't know if it's just me or if it's his.
No,
Oh.
it sounds okay on my end.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not able to understand his questions.
Yeah. So basically, he was asking, well, one, he said it's a beautiful home. And then, Mark, what was your question on top of that?
I was just saying how the home emulates the brewery owner's home. So
Yeah.
go ahead and take us through this design. Rob?
Go for it, Rob. Take us through.
Yeah, so this is the exact same floor plan as the one you just showed. The only difference is the front elevation, which, as you point out, was selected because, it is almost identical to the house across the street that's owned by the guy who owns the brewery. So again, trying to make it, fit into the architecture that's already surrounding us. But yeah, exact same floor plan here.
Yeah. And we say it all the time on the show, it's all about, how do you dress your home, right? Most homes are all rectangles, boxes, what have you. It's how do you dress them? What do you put in them that makes the difference in what they do? And a lot of people don't understand that. And that's why modular and panelization and all that, it works. You just have to understand the process to get it to where it needs to be, especially when you're doing net zero design. And working with the right manufacturers that can attain, the tolerances that you need for it to be energy efficient.
So Dave, you've done quite a bit of offsite produced units.
Yep.
Do you have a preference when you look at a development like this on whether it should be a crawl space or whether it should be a slab on grade? Because not everyone understands what's involved in making that decision, Dave. And I happen to think that's an awesome soapbox, and I think Rob would enjoy hearing your perspective on this as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm a believer in basements. I mean, if you're going to do a 4-foot crawl space anyhow, and North Carolina is a little bit different than where I was building in New England, right? So you're not really dealing with the frost walls that we had to deal with and, the depths that you have to go down. But a lot of people don't realize by the time you do a 4-foot crawl space or a 5-foot foundation, you're only 3 feet away from a full foundation in most instances. So, but there is a cost associated with it. So in your instance, being where you are, you can have the mechanical room in the exterior of the shell, like on a back side door. To me, a basement adds more value, especially for a young family because of the storage and what you get out of a basement. And it also adds more resale value, in my opinion, as well. Because storage is such a need when you have a family, and trust me, I'm living in 200 less square feet right now with 5 people. But it also comes down to what your land's like. I don't know if you have a high water table, what the soil conditions are, any of those things. But and the second thing, or I guess really the third thing on that is when you do a basement, now you need another door and you need basement stairs, right? So are you going to follow those, take out the closet that you probably had under the steps to go down to the basement now? Or was there a closet there? So there's a lot of design factors. Basements add money for sure.
Yeah, no, in this particular case, the land is almost flat enough to do slab on grade foundations, but
Yep.
It's got enough fall from the road that we decided to go ahead and do crawl spaces. That's primarily the foundations we've built with the Habitat homes over the years. So,
Yeah.
will obviously be a closed crawl with dehumidification, but I'm also hoping to do potentially like a rat slab in the crawl space just to give them a little bit of storage down there, because as you say, it's definitely at a premium when you have such a small, tight floor plan.
Yeah, it truly is. And, the other side of it too, Mark, we should look at that, the triadetic, is it the triadetic foundation system? It's kind of it's the bars. George Ryman, he's on today, right? George can tell us a little bit about that. I don't know if it's too small for that.
Yeah, Surefoot, right? Was it the Surefoot ones?
They're right, but there's a name for it. I can't remember the name of the
screw piling.
They're like a screw piling, but it's almost like a scaffolding setup.
Okay.
For a foundation system, and it's a really neat system. But why I was saying that, when we were out at G-Pods and we were talking about some of the environmental impacts of allowing water and things to move under the home as well for less impact on the earth, there might be an option there too for that.
Nice.
But the problem is, will the building department understand the science, and what headaches will that take it for you to get to where you need to be?
Yeah, no, we've definitely done our share of education, free training for local building officials over the years. But, once they understand what you're trying to achieve, that you're not cutting corners, you're actually trying to do something better. Usually, they get on board.
Right. Yeah, I think 100% for where you're at. The crawl space is the better answer. I mean, look at if you're truly going to go after that first time home buyer, right? That college student, the empty nester looking for a smaller house. Cost becomes a major factor. So there's going to be some give and take on a project like this, especially if you're going to give them low energy bills.
I think
We're
how
hoping
we
to give them
use the
zero
house.
energy bills.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Say that again, Rob.
So he said, "Say that again, Rob. Zero energy bills." But here's the thing. Even with zero, here's the thing with how net zero houses, Mark. Right? I mean, yeah, they're built to net zero standards. They can achieve net zero standards. But if you're going to run the air conditioner and leave the windows open, are you going to have no energy bills? That's the thing. You have to live and breathe the house the way the house was designed to be lived and breathed in. Right?
There's definitely a lot of homeowner education, that's required to really, I guess get the full benefit of everything that we're, sort of building into the house. But yeah, it's important, especially from an indoor air quality perspective, to make sure they understand how to live, in the home and maximize that benefit.
Yeah,
Amen.
for sure. Hey, why don't we say hi to a couple more people that joined us here? We got good old Jerry McCahey. So I know he's a busy man. What's happening, Jerry McCahey? I always have to pronounce his last name that way. I said his name wrong for so long. Finally, he couldn't take it any longer, and in his Irish accent said, "You're saying my name wrong."
It would be nice if it'd be nice if Jerry's had another facility over by you, Rob. And Tekra has amazing panelized products, and California is not exactly Carolina, but that's
right.
all right. Bless your heart for being here, Jerry, and enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And here we go. We got Buzz in the house, Mark.
Happy Friday, y'all, with a PH. Happy holiday to you and your family. Enjoy the boat this weekend, Buzz.
There you go. Absolutely. Or mudding in your Jeeps and your off-roaders so your wife cannot be happy with you. I read that post. She goes, "It was a lot of fun, but my wife's not happy." I mean, it was just covered in mud.
Yeah.
Love it.
Buzz, if you're near Virginia, stop by. Dave's got some bratwurst for you.
I am looking forward to some of that. All right, and we got Buzz Holitzer now. It's Gilbert Meyer buzzword. I like it. Sorry, I skipped one. Adam White. What is happening, Adam? Good to see you, my friend. All right, Mark, let's wrap this thing out here with, Rob, like your biggest hurdle has been what? Has it been the finances? Has it been the up and down on the lumber market? Has it been trying to find a system that makes sense, not only for the quality of the build you want, but also for the value, that you can purchase it for? What's your biggest headache, and what do you need help out there with, and what maybe somebody from our community could help you with?
Yeah, I mean, financing has not been easy by any means, but I finally found the right partner there. So, I mean, I guess the biggest challenge has really been finding the right, factory partner or offsite partner to achieve what I'm trying to achieve for the price that I'm trying to deliver it at. So, yeah, it's a fairly narrow window that I'm trying to get through here, and it's proven to be quite challenging.
Sure. Well, all good things.
Who's your buddy with the cowboy hat, Dave, that does all the financing? Tom?
Oh, yeah, you should reach out to Tom Coronado for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely reach out to Tom Coronado. We can make that introduction for sure. Hey, have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, I would definitely reach out to Tom. Tom's going to be able to help you, especially on a project like this for modular and panelized. He is with Citizens Bank, and he does wear a cowboy hat, and he does live an hour away from a Home Depot, and it's an hour in the other direction to Lowe's. It's an all-day event just to get a 2x4 if you're short one.
Hey, Rob, I don't know if we touched on it, but are any of these homes, and if my audio is not coming over, Dave, maybe you can repeat it. Are any of these homes zero energy ready or solar equipped? Is that a possibility for the residents? You might
Dave,
have
I
to
wish you
repeat
could.
that, Dave.
No, I wish you could hear what Mark sounds like on my side. It's like Will Ferrell in I think it was Old School, where he got shot with the tranquilizer dart. That's what it sounds like.
We're going streaking.
He says we're going streaking. Hey, so Mark was asking, the homes themselves, are they net zero ready, and will they have solar? And I know you talked about solar before, so
Yep.
I'm assuming you're going to prep for all those.
Yeah. So my plan is to certify all the homes to the DOE Zero Energy Ready Home program. We're shooting for a HERS score probably somewhere in the 40s. I'm guessing, that's kind of where we've been on the Habitat homes that I've built similar to this. But we definitely intend to install solar on the south-facing roofs of the 2-story houses. They will all have south-facing roof space, and there will also be a shared solar pavilion in the southeast corner of the site plan. I don't know if you can pull that up from the website, but that's actually going to be the majority of the solar is on that solar pavilion roof.
Let's see if we can show that real quick.
Yeah,
Right,
there you go. That site. There you go. Yeah, so that building in the southeast corner is basically like a picnic shelter that's shared by the community, and it'll be covered in PV.
got it. Okay. Good.
Beautiful, beautiful layout there. And I want to say, Rob, this is a wonderful development. I'm sorry my audio is not coming. I hope it comes for the audience. But Rob has dedicated much of his career to Habitat. Went on to Mitsubishi, now as a professor, and now is doing this wonderful development. If you're looking for a home, or if you're looking to be involved in the project, Howard Building Science. It's only a phone call away. Talk to Dave, talk to me. We'll put you guys together.
Yeah, that's it. And just so everybody has it, we are on their website right now. I will show you the front page news. If I can get there to it, right? Sustainable living at an affordable price. This is the big push that everybody's trying to achieve. And how do we get there? I know you said that even though it's not really a pilot, or maybe it's a little bit of a pilot program for what you're doing, but to really figure this stuff out, we need people like you in the industry pushing the envelope, trying new things. Yeah, you might break even or lose something on this first project. Hope you don't. But the reality of it is you're going to be better off going into the next one.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I definitely intend to build as many of these as I can with the time I've got left. So that is definitely the plan.
Perfect. All right. Well, listen, Rob, we are out of time. Mark, what do you got for us, man? What do we have coming up next week? I mean, it's a holiday, so we're not going to be live Monday. What do you got happening?
Are you live tomorrow, Dave?
I will be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Coffee with Dave, of course. I can't help myself. Even if I said I wasn't going to be live, I'd probably go live.
So barbecue with Dave tomorrow morning, coffee with Dave. And after that, go on to Rob's website and check it out. On Sunday, check out Rob's website. On Monday, check out Rob's website. And on Friday, join us for part 2 of 475.
Ooh, the 475 crew back in the house. Hey, listen, there's a lot to learn there, and they're doing amazing things, and they're a lot of fun. Rob, if you don't know those guys, you definitely want to tune in for that. You want to learn about building science and air barriers and air bosses. Well, they have it going on, so we welcome them all the time. And Sean St. Omar, well, outside of that, he's gonna take Mark and my job on camera if we keep giving him so much airtime. No, I'm just kidding. He really has his stuff together, and he's a good person, and he'd help you out too. All right, Mark, listen, appreciate you today.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Dave. Enjoy the weekend with your families.
Yeah, you guys as well. Everybody out there, enjoy your weekend. Have a happy and a wonderful holiday, and I hope everything dries out for everybody from the Gulf Coast all the way to New England, and everybody can take a little bit of a break and relax. So we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Coffee with Dave. Thank you for tuning in for BS Friday with Mark Bare Naked Willie and Rob Howard. And if you're not following Rob Howard, you're wrong. Go and follow him right now. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, which is well over 100,000 minutes a month watched, 100,000 minutes a month watch. Go there and subscribe so you can go back and rewatch these as many times as you like. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye now.